Okay, today the topic of discussion is uh, the data structure about queue. First of all, you have to know what is the definition of queue. Possibly all of you are knowing about the definition of queue. What is queue? Queue is basically what is queue? Queue is basically an ordered list in which insertions are done at one end, uh, which is called rear rear and the deletions are done at other end, which is called front. All of you are knowing about this. So in the two end the insertions and deletions are taking place. The first element to be inserted is the first one to be deleted in this data structure. That's why it is called FIFO. That means first in first out data structure, right? Or it can be uh, written as also LILO, last in last out. It is also named as LILO or FIFO. Famous name is also FIFO, right? That means only one item at a time you can insert, or at a time you can uh, delete. I am giving you suppose one example. Suppose this is the array. Suppose this is the array. Some elements are here, and 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. This is 7 element array is there. And suppose this is front end. This end is called front end. And suppose some elements are there. Well, elements are 2, 3, 4 and 5. So this position is called the rear position. Now if you want to insert one element, definitely you have to insert that element to the rear position. How do you do this? The simple thing is uh, you can do this by incrementing the rear position by rear plus 1. That means this rear position will be updated to here. Now at very rear position, now you can store the item X. This way you can insert the elements into this array. So and suppose you that is inserting an element is called, here it is NQ. Inserting means this is called NQ operation. NQ. And if you want to delete one item from the front, and that can be done in other end, that is front, then you can just, the name of this operation is DQ, delete operation, and it can be done by front is equal to front plus 1. In this way, just do this. That means this front will be updated to here. No matter what will be the element here, you don't have to delete this. That the front will uh, be incremented to here. Now that the front element is 3. Now you can take care of this element from this element to this element, right? So these are the cases. So inserting means the operation is NQ, and deleting means operation is DQ. And so these are the two functions. So what is the complexity of this is, as you are inserting only one element, so time complexity is order of 1. And for DQ operation, the time complexity is also order of 1. And there is another operation you can, that is front operation. Front function will give you only the front data. You can access the front data from this front location, but front address cannot be updated. Just you can access the data from the front. This is front function, and there are two other functions like stack. Is the queue empty, or is the queue is full, right? That is depending on the front and rear address. What will happen, that I'll give you some example. You see this, initially when the pointer is here, definitely initially front is equal to rear is equal to -1. As we are taking care of this queue implementation through array, that's why the starting address of front and rear is -1. And if you initially, that what does it mean? It means always the queue is empty. Now if you want to insert one element, definitely front will be rear will be front and rear both will be upgraded to 0. That is, front will be +1 and rear will be +1. And then at that very rare position, the data will be inserted. Okay, this is the case, first case. So I am telling you this thing. Now writing one program. Go through the next slide. So you see, now I want to write this program here. Just declare int a 10. Suppose 10 size array is declared here. Now I'm drawing a picture here consisting of 10 elements. So the address of these elements are 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. We are declaring 10 element array. Now initially front is equal to -1 and rear is equal to -1, right? Now I'm declaring one by one functions. Is empty. First check, how do you check whether the queue is empty or not? Is empty function. How do you check this? If front, it is very easy, front is equal to -1 and rear is equal to -1, then return true. That means the queue is empty, else return false, right? The working principle of this function is clear. The is empty means if the front is -1 and rear is, this is true for every time when the queue is empty. That I will show you. Return if you empty. Now another function can be defined as is full. Is full operation. How do you define this? Is full is within this, if rear is equal to size of the array -1. You see this here, as there are 10 elements, so the last address is 9. That means 10, my size of this array is 10. 10 minus 1, the rear is size -1. What does it mean? Printf printf queue is full, right? Queue is full. This is the uh, algorithm of whether the queue is full or not. Now the main operation is NQ operation. NQ means you want to insert one element from the at the rear position. Suppose this is the integer value int x. Then what you will do is, then what you have to check here? First you have to check whether this NQ means you want to insert one element at the rear, but you have to see whether there is any more positions to insert, any more free spaces to insert there. So you have to check whether the queue is full or not. So you have to check is full. You have to do the function call whether this full, just check for this. If it is this, then return. That means no operations can be, so no elements can be inserted here. Now if it is not true, then else if is empty, you have to check again empty. If it is not full, if it is empty, whether if it is empty or not. Empty operation means you have to check if it is empty, that means front is equal to rear is equal to 1. That means if it is empty, you see this empty means if it is true, then front is equal to -1 and rear is equal to -1. But these are the virtual data, virtual address. Those indices are not there in the array. So you have to increment that front and rear both by 1. So the starting address will be, front address will be -1 plus 1, that is 0, and rear address also 0. Okay. Else what you will do? Else rear will be rear plus 1. Is it clear? Rear plus 1, and then you can write a rear is equal to x, that x item will be inserted. That means if the stack is, if the queue is empty, so this there is no position of -1, you have to increment both front and rear, and you will go to this address and you can insert that element. If it is, if the stack is not full and also not empty, then you can go to this to here. So rear can be incremented by rear plus 1, that I have told already, and at that very position a rear x will be inserted here. So this is NQ operation, right? Now NQ operation. Now what is the DQ operation? But I am telling about the DQ operation. You see this, DQ means deleting one element from the queue. DQ operation means, you see this, DQ, you have to delete, we want to delete one element. That means if the queue is empty, no elements to be deleted. So you have to check for emptiness. If is empty, do the function call is empty, return. Else if it is not empty, else if front is equal to rear, that means only one element will be there. What do you mean by front is equal to rear? Front equal to rear means front position is same and rear position is same. That means only one element is there in that queue. That means after deleting that very element, what will be the behavior of the array? The array is empty, that means queue is empty. Then you should reset the value of front and rear to Q. That means you have to write front is equal to rear is equal to -1, right? Because you have already told that empty can be identified by only when front is equal to -1 and rear is equal to -1. That's why in this case you have to reset this front and rear value to -1. Else the last condition is, else if both are not true, then front can be updated to front +1, right? So this is the DQ operation. That means not only you have to increment this front position to front +1, you have to check whether the Q is empty or not, and then if there is only one element after deleting, you have to reset this. If both these are not true, then definitely front will be updated to front +1, and that will give you the DQ operation, right? Now you see this, I am giving you one example here. Suppose some elements are inserted, you are doing NQ operations. Suppose 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, these are the elements. After that, these are the NQ operations. NQ operations of that report, I am calling function from main, that NQ 2, then 3, then 4, then 5, and then 6. So those elements will be inserted here. After that, suppose DQ operation is called DQ. DQ operation means DQ operation means, as the front address is now here is 0 and here the rear address is 4, so this front will be updated to 1. Automatically this will be there, but front will give the location of this position. That means this value for you, it is a garbage value. No, that means if you do this DQ operation suppose 3 times, then actually after 3 DQ operations the pointer will be here. That means these positions are these positional elements are the garbage value for you. Now suppose some more NQ operations are there, 7, 8, again 2 DQ operations. That means this will be, now front will be updated to here, and again 9, 10, 11, and suppose some DQ operations are there, and you see front is here and the rear is here. This is front, and suppose rear is here. Now you see if you, that is how many places are free? 8 places are free. Now you see this, as the rear is in the highest position, that means you cannot insert any more element here with the help of NQ operation, though the maximum positions of the array are free. So this is the disadvantage of this array implementation. Now you can do this very efficiently with the help of circular array, which is also named as circular queue. What do you mean by circular queue? That means you see this, if you NQ operation here, that means in place of this full operation, that means rear is equal to size. You see this, if you do the modulo operation, that means as there are 10 places from 0 to 9, if you do the modulo operation means mod 10, that means if number of element is n, that means mod, you have to write mod n, and in C programming languages it can be written equivalently %n, right? That means here it is %10, right? So after this very position, suppose you want to insert another element, so rear will be incremented to 10, and it will be divided by 10, and you will get a remainder 0. That means you can find out a position 0 and you can insert this. So this will be actually, this will be looking like a circular array like this. Okay, like this. That means if it is a 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and 6, that means how many positions are there? 7 positions are there. Actually this is not the circular array. Logically it is called the circular array because the modulo operation, you know, but it is basically a contiguous linear array, right? So when you are going to 6, as it is divisible by 7, this rear position 6 will be incremented to 6 plus 1 7, and when it is divided by 7, it will give you the remainder 0. And if the 0 position is free, then you can write, insert the element in this position. That means if the array is free, the maximum of the array positions are free, then you can insert with the help of circular array. So what will be the changing things? So you have to check here, in place of size minus 1, what you should check here. Here you should check for this rear plus 1% n is equal to front, is equal to front. Equal to front. Now again the problem is coming. Front. Okay, so that means if this rear will be incremented and do the modulo operation, and if it is equal to front, what does it mean? That means already front is that very 0 position is already, suppose all the elements are occupied from this to this, from this to this position. Now you want to insert another element, that is 12. So rear will be incremented to rear plus 1, and it will be divided by 10, then it will give you 0, but here the front value is 0. That means already some element are there. That means you can tell this is full. Otherwise you can insert at that very 0 position, right? So this is the only changes will come. And this, and the rear is equal to rear plus 1 here, and you can, this rear is equal to rear plus 1 means you have to write here rear plus 1 for this circular operation, rear plus 1% n. Right, rear plus 1% n. You have to write this because rear plus 1, and you have to divide by n. At the remainder position you can insert the element here. So only these two changes will be take place when you are actually simple arrays there. Only logically you can change with the help of your algorithm, with the help of modulo operation, that this behavior of this array is basically a circular queue. There's no circular queue is there. It is a logical thinking, and by logically doing some mathematical operation, you can use the free spaces of an array here. So this is the queue data structure, how do you implement this, right? And the front element can be, then there is another operation, front operation. That is a very simple operation. That front operation can be a front function. Suppose you want to write a front function, so and that is very simple. Front means simply return a front. This is the simple operation for front. That means you can access that very front element, but front will not be updated here. Okay, this is the array implementation of queue. There can be a dynamic array implementation, and also linked list implementations are there. today only this is covered. Probably in the next class I will cover this linked list representation of Q. Okay, thank you for watching.